Hey everyone, welcome back. It has been a while. I've been really sick, but I'm finally starting to get over it. But my throat is still a little bit messed up. But I'm going to show you a cool little project that we're going to do here. Sorry about that. But it's going to be basically a dash effect like they have in Celeste. So if we run the game here, you see we can jump and do our dash depending on the way that we're facing. And we can't move while the dash is happening. So let's create a new project, and I'm just going to make it, let's do 1280 by 720 and hit yes. And then also I want to turn off some of the menus here. Don't need those. And I'm going to turn VSync on. Alright, now in our frame, let's go ahead and set the background color to black. I'm going to create platform movement object, just leave everything default. And we're also going to create two actives. Well, actually, just create one for now. And we'll just call this one player. And then we'll create a quick backdrop. And this one, you want to go to the runtime options, set it to an obstacle, and then go to the settings. And where it says solid color, set it to motif. And what we're going to do is select it all, delete it, and I'm going to paint it like a gray color, something like that. And that's fine. And then just drag it across. All right. Now with our player, double click to edit it, select it all, delete it, choose a green color, and then make sure everything's centered. All right. So now we just need to set the player. So what we can do is say at the start of the frame, we're going to set the object to the player. And if we run that now, character will fall, but he falls through. So we need to say collision testing, test for an obstacle overlap. And when our green box is overlapping a backdrop, and then we can say collisions, object does overlap with an obstacle. Now he'll stop. Let's add our keyboard movements. So we're going to do keyboard, repeat while key is pressed to the right, and then I'm just going to drag this one down, double click on it, change it to the left. Then we can say on user input, user is holding right, and then on user input, user is holding left. And then we can say upon pressing a key, now I'm going to hit space, and also the collision testing, or no, the object states, I'm sorry. Object is standing on the ground. Then we can do on your user input jump. So let's test that really quick. All right, we hit space, we can jump. Right works, left works. And all right, now really quick, while we're pressing the right arrow, let's do the direction of right. And when we're pressing the left arrow, we need to set it to left. Okay, we test that out really quick. Well, actually, you can't see that, so let me stop it. Okay, so what we want to do now is set up our states. So we need to do in our player come to an alterable value. And actually, we're going to mess with the alterable strings. Just set it to state. And we'll call this one move. All right. So now come into here. And we need to say if the alterable string is equal to move. All right. So drag that up. I'm going to drag this down to the left as well. All right. And we'll bring this down into the jump as well. All right. So now what we can do is say upon pressing the Z key, then we're going to come under our player and we're going to set the alternate string to dash. All right. So if we hit, we can move right now, we can jump. If we hit Z, then we can no longer move or jump because our state is now in roll, or not roll, I'm sorry, dash. So now what we can say is if our direction is to the right and the state, let me see here, is that alternate values string state is equal to dash, then we'll do position, select the x coordinate to its current x coordinate plus 12. Let's try that. All right, so if we hit Z, now we automatically go to the right. So let's just copy this one and change this to the left. And we'll edit this to -12. And now if we press left and we hit Z, yeah, we go that way. Okay, so our directions are working, but it keeps going forever. We don't want that to happen. So what we can say is, let's do a new one here. We're going to say alternate values compared to one of the strings. If it's equal to dash, then we can set the, let's see, the y velocity to 0, the maximum y velocity to 0, and then on user input, no, variables gravity to 0. All right, so now we have y velocity, maximum y velocity, and gravity set to 0. So if I push it now, you can see we don't hit the ground anymore, and we just dash. All right, so now we need to fire an event after a given delay. We're going to do it for 50 milliseconds. We'll just call it reset state. And then we can say on event reset state. We're going to, let me see, set the, oh, I'm in the wrong one. We need to set the alternate string back to move. And we need to reset our gravity and maximum y velocity. So we're going to say variables set maximum y velocity to 800 and then gravity to 30. All right, so now let's test that really quick. There we go. So now that's working and that looks good. But I want to have that little fade effect behind us. So what we can do here is just clone this object and I'm just going to call it player fade. And let me move it off here. We want to uncheck create at start. We can delete the state and create a new alterable value called trans. And then we'll go to our behaviors. We'll add a new one. And we're going to always go to effect, compatibility, set semi-transparency. And we're going to set it to the value of trans. All right. And then we can say also always add 8 to trans. Then we can say if compare if trans is greater than 180, then we can destroy our little player fade. All right, now we want to do, if it's facing the direction of right and stays equal to dash, then we want to create the object of player fade relative to our player. All right, and then we got to do the same thing for the left. All right, now let's try this out. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that's pretty much it for this one. This is using states to create a dash effect. So I hope you guys enjoyed it very much. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.